I need to change the settings for YouTube stream, so I'm doing that right now. It says it's gone live, so I need to. Yep, there it is. I need to figure out how to do this thing. Let's see. Oop. So that goes there. Edit the thumbnail as well. I need to figure out how to do like this entire setting. There we go. That's the correct one. Okay, also, no, there's no little guys on my screen. What the hell? 1 second. Gotta put back my, what is this thing called? Why am I so loud? Hang on a second. It's making me peak a lot, which is very confusing. Oh, oops, my bad, hold on. I am streaming indeed, but for some reason my microphone is giga loud. So I'm trying to real quick look into that. If I do this, it should be fine. It looks as if it's fine. But how you doing, Eve? Hope everything is going well. I'm like in the, what is this thing? Literally doing last second settings and all that shenanigans. By the way, I'm so obsessed with Varka's OST. Okay, there we go. Now it's like too low. I'm trying to, I'm like using my guideline of how big my audio needs to be when I speak. Varka's OST is so good. His OST is like amazing. Whoever, I feel like, okay, I'm not sure if you got the same feeling as I did regarding Varka's OST, like just Varka's trailer as a whole. It felt to me that they got animators from 15 to 5-ish minutes. Yeah, probably. But yeah, like oh, hello Tony, how's it going? How's it going? Welcome in. Hope everything is treating you nicely. But yeah, I was gonna say Varka's trailer. It felt to me as if they brought in animators from ZZC, because sometimes it felt a little wobbly, not super wobbly like ZZC, but more wobbly than usual, because it was very comical. Like Varka running away had me dying. The moment that he's like, I kept on saying he says like my people need me, but it's more accurate to say like he goes like, oh, like the winds of freedom are calling me, and then proceeds to dip away. People from the AHA trailer, that could have also been the case, honestly. I can see that now that you mention it. I kind of forgot about the AHA trailer, I'm not gonna lie. Even though peak trailer. I think that makes more sense. Because to me, I was like, yeah, I don't know, the way that like the animations wobbled a little bit, I was like, ooh, funny. Anyways, I'm gonna put myself here. I need to also kind of put the music down and put story up. But yeah, I need to make sure that everything on the YouTube side was also properly running. I've honestly just been all over the place. I'm recording so much content for like this incoming week, because I'm posting another set of videos, and boy oh boy, is my throat gonna be dead by the end of this. Bro's been grinding? I have been grinding. Like, wild concept in all honesty. Disappearing for 7 months? Probably more? And suddenly coming back and being like, let's do this. Also, thank you very much for the hydrate. Yippee. I also need to put like audio cues on my redeems. I've been, that I will admit, I went back into the YouTube grinding, but not into the Twitch and live stream grinding. So I need to actually, I have been repairing my bot. My bot's been, he's moving forward, which is great. However, not as much as I would like it to be. In fact, if we look at the raid message, it's still the same thing because I haven't updated it. So like when later on at the end of the stream, it's just gonna be that. which is hilarious to me in all honesty. Yeah, yeah. I need to actually. So the thing is, right now I was gonna work on it, and then college was like, what if we dropped a lot of assignments on you? And well, I would have time. I feel like I definitely would have time to work on it. What is this? I don't have to take 2 classes, right? That I should be taking. No, I know 1 class that I should be taking. I'm not taking it because I already took it in my previous program, so I have more free time than my classmates because we're doing a lot of group work.
All things are connected by origin. And
Hold on, it's a little bit. It's wanting to be a little bit loud right now. But yeah, like since it's a lot of group work, I'm just like, hey, I don't mind taking more work for you guys so you guys can chillax a little bit and, like, you know, properly do your own shit. I'll work on those things and then, you know, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Don't mention college and put back next week. Horrifying. The actual listen, I'm almost done. I'm done in like 2 months. I've done my time, but best of luck with college, Tony. Like, oh boy. It's gonna be, as always, an experience. I do feel like sometimes like it gets exhausting, but honestly, I mean, going back has been actually a lot of fun, which I'm grateful for that. I think another engineering course so bad, but I don't have the time mood, honestly, especially after being on Twitch for as long as I've been, which is like what 3 years, but then disappeared for essentially 1.5, but like 1.
Chatted with Sonny in ages. Let's go see what he's up to.
I really want to get into learning more about audio. I want to learn about audio. I want to learn more about like the funny video edits. Going through digital marketing has actually been a lot of like the things that have been wanting me to do more visual things. So yeah. Tweet people don't play Forgotten Hall. That's why it's called Forgotten. Oh my fucking god. I hate you for that 05, but welcome, man. That was a great one. I love it. Hope everything's been treating you nice today. Honestly, with how far behind I am on endgame content, it really is the Forgotten Hall. Because if we look at my endgame content, right? I did Anomaly Arbitration in my free time, suffered, but you know what? We got as many rewards as possible, which is what matters. Second night, hate that guy. Third night, kind of okay. King in check, annoying. That being said, Memory of Chaos, yeah, it's sitting right now at a ripe 9 out of 12. Stages, yeah. Pure Fiction, nothing, and then Apocalyptic Shadow, nothing. So I will get to that. I need to at least do, you know, Memory of Chaos. And where is this homie? Yao Guang. Oh, she's low level. That's why she's not, like, nowhere to be seen. Or she's in my party already. No, she's not in my party already. Oh, she's pinned because I was like, I'm gonna level her up at some point. And then I proceeded to not do so. Yeah. Yeah. So I need to do that for Yao Guang. Which also reminds me, actually, hold on. Did I fully edit properly?
Quite amusing.
I did not fully finish editing my, what is this thing called? My video live stream shenanigans. Also, by the way, oh, something interesting that I found, Eve. This one's directly at you because I got curious after doing a lot of SEO. So I know that I got curious and decided to like do a little bit of a deep dive on SEO, right? Both on my channel and on other people's channels because I'm a nosy little fuck. And what I figured out is that apparently Powell is in fact a keyword people use for Powell Industries, like POWELL, but the abbreviation is POWL.
Quite amusing.
So that is like something that quote unquote would affect people, like, you know, searchability. Yeah, so a random company in Texas called Powell Industries has the abbreviation for their stock as POWL, and a fair amount of people do buy and search for it. So searchability wise, some random company is fucking you over for that keyword. Of all things, of all possible things, a stock category?
Intertwining of fate.
What do you call that? Yeah, your SEO did, like, some random being in the world decided that your SEO needed to, like, get like a tiny little hit on the kneecaps.
Do you want
Granted, again, it's a stock, so not many people are like looking into specifically that, much less on YouTube. But like, yeah, because I was like, again, I want to be a nosy little fuck. I was like, typed in Powell VTuber, and I think it once sent me, the first time I did it, it sent me to a video of Powell Industries talking about their stock. And then the second time, it actually did recognize the patterns that I, you know, because I'm watching your content. It was like, oh, you mean this? Yeah, so theoretically speaking, you could take over the keyword and fuck them over. Because again, it's not something that many people are, like, a good amount of people are looking into that keyword because of money. But if you grow big enough, exactly, you steal the stonks, you become the true meaning, and they just gotta deal with it. That would be so funny. But yeah, no, that is something that I learned while I was like in class yesterday, and I was like, what the hell? Moments like these are why I do enjoy being in marketing at the moment, because I'm just like, let's learn. Let's figure out a lot of these things. Also, I forgot, I was supposedly changing the things from my from the streaming shenanigans, and I didn't from the YouTube lives. Now it's changed. Now the live has tags. This is what you don't do for an SEO, literally. No, I mean, again, I do. So the thing is also because I'm a computer science kid, a little actually individual. Yeah, so I'm the SEO person from like my group in like assignments, and I just love looking into that in analytics. So legitimately speaking, I've just been like figuring out like some of the like random things. But it's interesting what people search. That's also, I feel, why, even though I've been gone for a century, right, the videos were able to go out. Some of them, I tried something new and like they kind of flopped, but like, now understanding SEO better, it was cool to figure out the reachability thing. And honestly, it's also just been a lot of the people that have subscribed to YouTube, just coming back and being like, yo, you're back, what the hell? And I'm like, yeah, so that also helped a lot, right? This engagement and all those shenanigans. But no, that genuinely blew my mind, when I'm just like, when I was looking at like the statistics and now properly understanding them, quote unquote, more in depth, it's made YouTube and, well, now Twitch a lot more interesting. So I'm like giga-vibing, which is amazing. Also, I forgot how much I'm like, my brain is so coded into wanting to use Super Break, DOT, and this guy has so much toughness bar that using Super Break is really not worth it. But I wish every single time I see this guy that I could just annihilate them with Fugue. Because Fugue is funnier. I am a crit denier. All of my favorite builds so far do not run a single speck of crit. But sometimes I have to cave and, you know, go for these comps. Also got myself some rice pudding, so I am very happy. To be fair, it's not like just like the rice pudding that you get from like a convenience store, but it is rice pudding, so yippee. Also, I probably shouldn't have done this like immediately. Kind of just got used to immediately hitting the button of for Pollux, but it's fine. But I need to build Yao Guang. I'm kind of curious to see better her kit. Like, I've used her. She looks a lot of fun. And also, you know, having a Lation unit for the incoming year. Good start. I also do... God, Yao Guang, I don't know her much. Like, I don't know her that well in the story. Because I haven't done the story. I've just... My entire knowledge of the story is having watched a few streams here and there, bits and pieces. But I don't have the complete picture. She looks so silly, and I adore her. And I was like, I need her. Like, she's just a gremlin. I feel like at this point, I'm so attuned to the characters that have like a singular brain cell. Any character that's just a little bit stupid, but like, you know, when it's their free time, I'm just like, this is the character for me. And also, let me check out something real quick.
They don't look happy to see us.
Oh, okay. I'm setting up my screens for OBS and Twitch real quick, because sometimes I forget. So we put that there and that there. Cool. Okay. The good thing, I feel like I haven't seen Aventurine in forever, so I gotta like just let the music sink in for a second, because boy oh boy do I love this. Is one of the songs. Oh well, never mind. I first need to beat like the first wave of enemies. 1 second. But I was gonna say, the music for Aventurine is definitely one that I adore always. Like, it's one of the songs that I will genuinely be listening outside of gaming, purely because I love how it sounds. Also, I forgot that this is, you know, like the early memory of Chaos. This is like, what, like 10? So enemies are just made out of like literal tissue paper. There we go. I was like, where's the music? Proceeds to like wait half a second before it starts. God, like this. I wish.
This quarter rest seems
Hold on.
rather prolonged.
They removed Aventurine from Divergent Universe, and I still remember him being in Divergent Universe for the human comedy. They never brought him back. Like, I'm looking at it right now. They never brought him back, did they? He broke the game. I remember he broke the way the Divergent Universe worked. They forgot about him. For context, actually, you know what? Hold on. Let's push into the boss fight so I can make my point. Because I know specifically, or at least I think I can make the assumption as to what broke the game that caused Aventurine to need to be deleted out of existence, depressingly. Because if I understand correctly the way that this game works, once he goes into his next phase, I guess, unless I delete him too quickly, then that's a problem. So it would be on his next turn, I believe, that he does the thing I want him to do. So we're just gonna attack normally here for the sake of not wanting to kill him, even though I'm pretty sure he does get a turn regardless of my power. Okay, this setting is what I think broke the fight and what made it not possible to continue. Because I think they did not code properly these dice in the fight, and they were dying, which would lock you out of the fight. Because then, you know, there's no enemy turn and there's no enemy target. Because I remember seeing some people get stuck, literally stuck, in the adventuring boss fight. But again, this is like what, like over a year ago? So I can't even say that I have evidence. They just suddenly removed it, and some of the the videos for it, I think it's just like a this one lost media. I could also just have hallucinated the fact that that happened, because I don't remember. I just remember I know he was there. I know he was in Divergent Universe. It's not the voices that imagined it. It is genuinely an enemy that was there.
Stand still.
But he's just gone. He's just disappeared into the sea of butterflies. He was sent into the abyss and nihility that Acheron like yoinked him towards, and then he never came back, which is kind of sad.
Time to say bye. Boom.
Anyways, it's time for you to return to actually adventuring. I'm gonna shoot every possible ultimate at you because I finished yapping. I feel so bad. Literally just go like, oh yeah.
Think of it. I haven't chatted with Sonny in ages. Let's go see what he's up to.
Okay, I really need to do that side quest. Because every single time I finish a stage in Memory of Chaos, and I've been damage testing. Now, right now when I'm streaming, when I need to clear the content because I've been lazy enough not wanting to do it, Stell just keeps speaking and just goes like, I haven't seen Sunny today, or like in a while, yada yada yada, and I'm just like, at first it's nice. I love having voices in my game because they do such an amazing job, but like because of my own laziness, and this is a me problem. They just keep talking. I'm just like, okay, yeah, I know I have to see Sunny. We will get to him eventually. Not today though. And it's one of the voices, like, I know when I have my insanity, like when I go insane, I'm going to hear, hey, we should go see, I haven't seen Sunny like in a while, or today, or whatever it was, like they said. That's gonna be the voice, like when I scream the voices, that's gonna be one of the voices. And I know that for a fact. Also, Super Break. Anytime I see the, what is it, the Eternal Chorus? And okay, no, these guys are the past confining cage. Yeah, the past, present, and eternal show that. Whenever I see those homies, it's time to break. Also, oops, hold on. I need to remove Boothill. Sadly, Boothill, I love you, but I need to use fire. I also stole every single Red Lake piece I had on him, so I actually need to rebuild Boothill. And I feel so bad for having done that to my poor boy, because he's so much fun.
You want to betray me? There'll be a way. Unite our goals.
I think Boothill will forever be one of the characters that I will... I mean, I have benched at the moment, but I will always adore using whenever I see the chance. Like the previous Apocalyptic Shadow, there was Aventurine there. Which, you know, Argenti. Because Argenti loves to be everywhere except where he needs to be. So yeah, I just remember... They just spawned. Why are they at 60% health? I love Super Break, but like, what the hell, bro? It's so funny seeing the damage that, like, they're just getting... This is bullying. They didn't even get a turn, and then got obliterated. And guess what? I'm gonna advance everybody forward. Sadly not forward enough, but forward. You know, so long as they don't put Firefly to sleep, which I don't think... I was about to say, which I don't think they can. What happens immediately? Well, Firefly gets put to sleep. I need to learn to not yap at the worst possible times. Because that just... So lovely game. And I don't have a way to... No, I do have a way to cleanse. I have Linksha. Linksha cleanses, right? I'm not imagining it. Guess she did not... Oh, it's the little I forget her name. But her summon cleanses.
Immolating my death.
You know what? Just for that, for delaying me half a turn,
Betray me.
you must die now. They did not die. I am now a liar.
Time to cleanse the filth.
Surely, okay.
Burns clear as a
Let me see real quick what the name of the little summon is, because I feel bad not remembering it. Fu Yuan. There we go.
Everything in this world.
Delete them, Fu Yuan.
They don't look happy to see us.
Make a wish.
A will of metal.
Any fish taking the bait.
There's something so lovely. Okay, I feel like Hysilence also just still is one of my favorite characters the whole time. Purely because of the violin. The fact that whenever you use her technique point, she plays a little like string of violin, and also the ultimate. Just anytime I hear her play that, even if it's like, even though it's a very tiny amount of like music, it's just so nicely bring. Ah yes, bring me all of the characters that are allergic to dots so I can delete them out of existence.
Above the land. This is permanent.
Stand still. Good time.
Also,
Time to say
yummy.
bye.
I'm eating my little rice pudding, and I'm happy.
Insult to the ears.
Especially because I haven't had honestly, I haven't had like that much sugar in a while.
Stand still.
Also, kinda forgot. Let me double check something real quick.
Don't let waves open your throat.
Ooh. Oh, by the way, oh my god, love this freaking song. Okay, you know what? This is also the perfect time for me to yap further about this fellow. So, for those that have watched the YouTube videos, especially the Equation series, I love the fact that the Ichor sprite, like the Ichor Memo sprite, has a bio within it that shows it when it gets sort of summoned into the world by March 7th. Or well, Evernight better said. It's cool to learn that. It's cool to learn that its design, it's not just random bullshit go. Like the meme of like the Moon Knight that goes like random bullshit, wow! Like yeah. Because I honestly was like, it's not that I dislike him, it's just I hate how he looks. They did an amazing job in making him look disturbing, and that's what I don't like, which is great. You know, they did a good job, and that's why I hate him. So therefore, you know, peak. I always felt off about his wings with the snake body and the big ass head. When I learned that this is sort of an amalgamation of all the things that like were enemies of humanity in the world of Amphorius, I learned to appreciate this boss so much more. Especially with the, like, you know, the body of the snake that like is, I think, like went long extinct. Some bird that just loved like attacking people. And then, you know, in its name, it is the judge of Ichor or whatever. It does literally judge memories and determines whether they are worth preserving or not. So I love that fact about this. Yeah, it's just like it shall follow the directive determining what should be remembered, what shouldn't. Even in like its own description says that. And then there's these pheasants. They're not okay. Now I know they're pheasants instead of chickens. I still will call them chickens. Because, like, screw these guys. Bro, it looks like Shadow Madarame, literally. I hate that now you're bringing that up, and the fact that, yeah, this is literally just a Shadow Madarame. But hello, Raph, how are you doing today? Hope everything is treating you nicely. And I'm kind of curious, like, the pheasants are just some of the things that I despise so much. It has the shape of the bird, but, like, just them, like, suddenly spawning in mass and just bullying me. do not like them. Yeah, how's it going for you today, Raph?
Be intoxicated.
Stand still.
Also,
Any of this is rebels. Your cries rise.
I there's something so peaceful about that specific tune that High Ceilings plays that makes my brain go brrrr in the nice possible way, and I love that. Time to lock the fuck in. Indeed, bro, I have been locking the fuck in
Good times.
by making so many
Time to
videos.
say bye.
I dropped like
Boom.
I dropped 7 plus a reaction to Vodka because oh my god,
Stand still.
I used to play Genshin and I like that is how I started streaming. God, I started streaming during a Wind Trace event, which was like essentially hide and seek but more complicated. The fact that Varka, a character that legitimately speaking we've been hearing about forever, finally has a trailer, finally is pullable, finally is in the game. It's just completely mind-blowing to me, but I love it. Also, later in the week, I'm debating on whether or not So I no longer play Genshin, but I do like to play on a friend's account that has evil and intimidating horse walks in. I just saw the the 3 stream streak. Oh my god. But yeah, yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something and then like it completely left my brain because that's just how it be. But anyways, I was talking about Varka. The fact that Varka's in the game, great. I'm so happy. He has a singular brain cell and I love him for that. And now I'm currently recording for more videos to come in YouTube. So I'm very happy.
Ill fate descends.
That being said, figuring out the logistics of how it's gonna look, it was a bit rough. Also, hello Flamer. How's it going? How's it going? Hope everything is treating you wonderfully tonight. Or today. Depending on your time zone. Every single time I say like today in my brain, I'm just like, wait a minute. Or like when anytime I just refer to time, I'm always just like, hang on a second. That's also why like the ending of all of like the videos is always just like good night, good morning, good evening, yada yada yada. Varka seems to be goofy, but he's actually very caring with people. He is. I was looking at his voice lines earlier today, and I just like how positive he is. The fact that he goes like, you don't need to put Klee in solitary confinement. I will take their place. It's just so sweet. Why is Sampo Sparksified? Because I thought it would be funny. Honestly, it's more than anything, a lot of people have done like the fan art of Sampo getting like the red colors for the elation. And I was like, let me do that to my own little pixel art sprite. Just to like make it more unique to my own little brain. Because I first pixelized him and I don't know, he's just a silly little guy and I love him. And to get back on Greg to do, yo, you got this. You've done like also amazing music. So I'm really happy that you're doing what you're doing, homie. With his story quest, like Relic, maybe I need to see the story quest. At some point, so again, I don't play it anymore, but I learned about the story through a friend of mine that they also do streams. As a matter of fact, they've been here, but my small little brain, I almost did raid instead of shout out. Yeah, evening music. They're great. Like their content is fun. They do CCC, they do Star Rail, they do Genshin. So definitely go check them out. At some point, I'm gonna head out studying for the exam. Good luck with stream. Thank you very much. The animation, but yeah, the animations for his trailer were absolutely lovely. There's a point in time in his in Varka's trailer where he goes like, the winds of freedom are calling me, and I'm just like, You wanna get alcohol. And I love you for that. I don't know what they are doing with the new animation and stuff, but they're so good. Yeah. Also the facial expressions. They've done such a good.
I haven't chatted with Sonny in ages. Let's go see what he's up
I need to. I really need to do the side quest. Anyways, yeah. And every single time I clear content, I forget that they're gonna talk, and yeah, it's like, come to think of it, I haven't seen Sonny in a while. Yeah. But yeah, not like they did such a beautiful job with the animations. I personally have been a fan of the way that what is this thing called? It felt a lot more alive, if that makes sense. Like, because it was goofy. I mean, it was a goofy trailer. But for example, the moment where he, oh, hello, welcome in, Flamer. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to Twitch. But yeah, like the moment when Varka opens the door and leaves and just like has like that, like all the glitter and sparkles around him, had me dying. So that was the reason why I made that to be the thumbnail when I did that. The other thing that I genuinely loved from that was, also I should probably do, I did DOT against this guy, yeah, and also the little wave crashing individuals here. But yeah, that's why I put him like as my, as the thumbnail for the video. Thank you for the shout out. Oh, no worries, Eve, you are a great friend and people need to, and you know, it's a lot of fun. Again, I was also mentioning how I'm learning about Genshin lore through you. I learned it through proxy. I haven't chatted. Eve, next time I join into a stream, or anytime I bring bad luck into your stream through polls, you should just hit me with, I haven't chatted with Sunny in ages, and then I'll just start hearing the voices and go insane.
Share good fortune.
But the beginning of Not Cry, I'm watching Jahoda. Jahoda's expressions had, like, Jahoda became one of my favorite characters instantly. And while again I'm not playing, I do play on a friend's account. They have them, I think they have Jahoda at C3. They're so much fun to play. The little gremlin. Instant psychic damage, emotional damage, mind rupture. Every possible type of damage will be inflicted upon me when I hear that voice line. Not gonna lie, Planet Arcadia exploration is pretty decent. I've heard great things about Planet Arcadia experience. I definitely, once I finish recording all the content that I want to record for YouTube, which should be done by this incoming week, I want to do Planet Arcadia, and I might actually stream my experience, especially because I think I want to try to stream after getting Sparksy. Sparksy is also just, again, a lot of fun. Also, I forgot that Bronya had invulnerability. That's kind of messed up. Also, I don't think she's brought Bronya with her in forever. Homie, you're actually back. I haven't seen Bronya outside of Divergent Universe in forever. I'm so happy though. But to be fair, I also haven't been playing the game like as much, like with as much detail as I normally do. Cocolia hasn't been, yeah, true, but I feel like there's also been times where Cocolia has been in MOC, but she just didn't bring Bronya. It was just, I guess today it's just like bring your daughter to work day. Or I guess like patch. Because I'm doing this like way too delayed. Yeah, I don't know, like that's just the main thing that's just like a little shocking right now. Because I even seen Bronya appear without Cocolia. Just not Cocolia with Bronya. I think that's what threw me off. Oh, it's also the fact that Cocolia is not a boss fight in Divergent Universe, and that's where I lock the heck in the most. Since I love Divergent Universe, and I like to find ways to break the game. I know that with... Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys can keep me honest on this. I know they removed the damage limiter for Currency Wars. Did they also remove it within the Divergent Universe or nah?
Type 4, awaiting
You know, I forgot that also Firefly suddenly drops on the side if you took too long to do an action. I got a little jump scared for a second. Like half a second, I was like, what the hell is this?
Fine moment.
Homie, I've seen that multiple times. I just completely forgot. This is what I get for not being attentive to the game for like a patch and a half, 2 patches. Well, to be fair, the long patch, the Aglaya, the Dahlia, I don't remember who else was in the patch. I think Fugue was in there, but I could be lying. Yeah, I think Fugue and Firefly were in the banners, as well. Like yeah, like that patch took for so long. I honestly haven't been enjoying DU that much lately. Honestly, fair. I like to do little challenges for myself, and I actually, okay, a little bit of a teaser on something that I'm working on. There is a stream in the future that I want to do Diverging Universe run, and I want to make it fun for people to, you know, because I don't want it to be just a regular run challenge where I'm impacting myself. I think I found a way to do it interactive. If you guys have ever played Slay Aspire, there's a sort of community engagement mode people do. I'm trying to see if I can code something for a, you know, stream UI to have people interact with the run, which would be fun. Probably because of the lack of major updates since 3.3. True, they did 3.3 and then they added more content in 3.5 with a couple equations. Then they added more equations and more curious in 3.8, but there's nothing like massive they added. They added more occurrences, but they're like super rare. Apparently there's a Cyrene occurrence. Never seen that one. But multiple people have told me there is in fact a Cyrene occurrence that works the same as the Ruanmei one, which is also kind of fucked up because Cyrene is the only character I don't have. So at some point, I'm hoping to get Cyrene and maybe find out, but it's kind of strange as well because I don't think they're gonna bring back the Cyrene. Or like I find it hard for them to bring the Cyrene occurrence since we're gonna be outside of Amphorius and the whole Diverging Universe is themed around Amphorius. Yeah, 3.3 was like the big update, and then 3.5 was just like, here's a few equations, here's a few curios. That's true. I feel like the 3.8 did bring a lot more equations and curios than 3.5 as well, but because, well, 3.8 was like the dead patch, nobody really cared about the additions there. And again, it's not like anything super major, so it's not like it really deserved that much of attention anyway, like respectfully.
Good time to say bye. Boom.
But yeah, a lot of the new mechanics were interesting. I also feel like the other issue with Diverging Universe right now is Currency Wars. Currency Wars got added, and in all honesty, Currency Wars hits the dopamine levels that TFT likes to do. Because getting a 3-star character, even if it's just a 1-drop 3-star character, the dopamine goes brrr, and if you really enjoy, well, hold on, let me do that properly. Dopamine goes brrr with a rolled R's, but yeah, like it's just way more fun to do Currency Wars to my brain. So I want to try to find a way to make Diverging Universe super fun again as well to me. I'm really hoping 4.x would bring major changes to the gameplay loop. Yeah, so Diverging Universe, theoretically speaking, because of pattern recognition, should be getting a major update where we're essentially getting a whole revamp of the system. Because we got that through Human Comedy into Protean Hero. Now we're gonna go from Protean Hero to something else because they added the Inside mode, which usually means, hey, get all of your rewards right now because all these rewards are gonna go away when we bring in the new version of Divergent Universe. So that Protean Hero is ending in 4 weeks, which is kind of wild. Ooh, hold on. This little sound effect hit the dopamine. Anyways, yeah, like I don't know. It's a nice sounding effect. Anyways, yeah, they can attack Kafka because Kafka's gonna be the one destroying this little individuals.
Stand still.
But yeah,
Time to say bye.
yeah, we're getting a new version of Divergent Universe, which is what I'm looking most forward to. If I am assuming, you know, because we're in plain Arcadia, it might either be again themed around the world of Star Rail as a whole, because we have all the alliances, anti-destruction. If we have the whole anti-destruction alliance plot going on, which would make sense for them to bring in real-world concepts of Star Rail once more, like they did in Human Comedy, which I would be very hyped about. The other thing I'm thinking they could do, because it is the AHA expansion patch, I was also thinking every single equation was written by Nihilux, since she's a mangaka. So all these would be fictional stories, but they would all be based on something from the real world as a parallel. That is something that I would like to see. But both Nightmares, Swarm Nightmare and Sparksy boss are really enjoyable. Oh yeah, no, Sparksy, they cooked with Sparksy. I have not had that much fun in a while getting the shit beaten out of me. Like I will tell you, like immediately the first time I faced Sparksy in Arbitration Anomaly, because again I haven't done the story. I immediately fell in love with the fight. It was high octane music, it got me very pumped up. The whole, you're gonna be sending a character to be part of the game show, so they have to do good on their own, but you can still support them as audience participation through the fight with Sparksy. It's a genuinely well-crafted fight in terms of flavor that I'm so happy about. I used to do like a series called like this character is perfectly designed. I want to do that for bosses as well, and Sparksy might just be one that I do for, because like again, no, like it is a boss fight that I have. It's gonna be ingrained in my mind for like several patches, like the Something Unto Death. Something Unto Death is also a fight that I have adored so much that I will listen to the OST over and over again. I will be enjoying the design of it, the fact that he puts your characters to quote-unquote sleep, but not really sleep, because again, that's not what he actually does. It's just great.
Time to say bye.
I definitely need all the passion and love that they're giving character designs to keep on replicating that into the bosses, because they've done a beautiful job with it. Also, I messed up. I don't have High Silence alt at the ready, because okay, multiple times I've had it where I didn't have enough damage in anomaly arbitrations. So anytime I clear anomaly arbitration, I put on High Silence an attack rope instead of an energy one, and then I forget to bring that back. So I need to actually change High Silence's set when I next get the chance.
Stand still.
Especially because I thought she would get her ult there and she didn't. You surely can hit my characters once, right? Surely you'll be a homie, Harbinger of Death, and hit High Silence once. Surely.
Stand still.
There you go. They actually did. Ah, sucks to be you.
Good time.
Get defense
To
shredded.
say bye. Boom.
Also, this music is so nice. Like it fits the boss fight really well. I'm not entirely sure though how I'm supposed to break his health bar there. I'm assuming it's just always just killing the bugs. I did not read the tutorial. Oopsie. Also, to be fair, I haven't had the actual proper fight explained to me through the story, so that's also another... That is more of a skill issue on mine end than anything.
Don't let waves open your throat. Be intoxicated.
I do like that it has that one little sound effect from, okay, it's killing the bugs, yeah, fair. But I like the fact that it has a piece of Sam's OST. Because you hear like a little tune, like...
Time to say
Like,
bye.
I'm not sure exactly what I'm like trying to like replicate it in my brain, but I'm not able to. But there's like a little part of the Sam music fight that gets replicated in it. Also, speaking of which, I'm actually gonna go check out the Divergent Universe after this, because there's the Harbinger of Death replicates something that I really wanted to see in Star Rail because of one of the equations. So I'm very glad that they brought this concept in. Also, yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna go a little over what I was hoping for. But I believe in the second team. The second team is Super Break, so therefore they're gonna pop off. Because they're my best team. No, Dan Han, you didn't have an attack! I can see the boss having lived with like 1 HP and then just be like, no. Also, I forgot that was the second.
Think of it. I haven't chatted with Sonny in ages. Let's go see what he's
No, that was the second. That was the second wave. I thought that was the first one. Anyways, yeah. When you kill the bugs, his weakness is broken and gains a stackable vulnerability debuff, which is separate to the juvenile Sting's vulnerability. I see. No, it's just like, I know that when they have like their HP bar a little grayed out, it also means you can do something to break that and then make them lose all that HP. Because that happens with, what is it? The final boss. I forget his name right now. The cloaked guy. The Flame Reaver. It happens with the Flame Reaver whenever you break enough clones. So that part, I wasn't sure if that was also related to the bugs, but what I wanted to go through is real quick in the operational records. In the path of propagation, if I recall correctly, this is the larva. No, hold on. It was... I need to find specifically which one it was. But there's one that mentions how they sort of just grab themselves onto husks of metal and were able to just become like they essentially got their own mecha suits, is what I'm trying to say. I think I sent this image to Shido, actually. Well, let's see, has image, and then from myself. So I'm the person looking at it. So, oh god, there's 200 images I've sent. Dear lord. Let me put the chat here so I can actually read messages just in case. But you know, I remember there is one of the equations that I was just like, dear god, I don't wish those bugs onto my worst enemy, because it's a scary world out there that is Star Rail. And if it's not within the next 2 pages, and I didn't send it to Shido. Okay, there we go. The Deceiver Worker. It's this one. Yeah, there we go. Deceiver Worker. I remember when I read this one, I was like, my brain melted. Because yeah, it says, yeah, the flames of war spread across the sky, combusting even the clouds. The insectoids, baring their teeth and claws, rush to their deaths and fall limply. Meanwhile, oh, by the way, all the equations speak in you, as if you are the being. Yeah, meanwhile, you hide in a corner of the ruins, using colors to camouflage your body. Survival is a great deception. You forsake your primal form, coating your exoskeleton with the ashes and mud, and making your 6 legs gleam like bricks and tiles. The face of prey on your fang weeps, and cries for help resonate amid the scent of blood. Your enemies melt in the pit, and your offsprings are born with their bellies full. Yet you are still not satisfied because the war. Oh, wait, no, is this? Oh yeah. You aim to diminish your size, even remove your exoskeleton. You need to morph into a weak appearance to imitate your enemies' mouths until they embrace you as a friend. So seeing that bug have such a resemblance to the enemies of the swarm, therefore, you know, the Sam suits to try to appear more friendly for the sake of that. Just like, I was like, there's no, again, I haven't done the story, so I need to actually see that. But it had, like, I saw the boss fight and my brain started like clocking 1,000 like per second. Also, when he spawns in the bug, he enters a state which is called all allies except the one you pick as the nemesis, unable to create a juvenile. Things only target the nemesis, and the nemesis, yeah, nemesis. Oh, I didn't know they gain break effect. Okay, so it's actually better to fight him with super break. Then why? Okay, so this is my one annoyance in that case, because every single time they bring that homie in, right? It's here, yeah. We're gonna teleport over here to do to just check the bosses. They brought in the Nightmare Swarm guy, but then they put him with the Dream Jolt troop, which is allergic to every single type of DOT, and the Lady of Crashing Waves, which again, like, you deal with it best with DOT. So I never actually thought of fighting him with a super break. Again, this is a moment where I need to read the abilities. There we go. Increasing their break effect when targets not in the nemesis state attack friendly character units with the rapid evolution state, and they cannot crit. Yeah. Huh. Also, damn, I used to go through these things in the past, trying to find lore. Because I remember they mentioned like strife in like the Flame Reaver's description as well, and I was just like, oh, there's a connection there. He already has the power of strife. We just don't know it yet. Or I remember I was like doing that, and I mean, we were technically right. He did have the power of strife like 33 million times, but yeah. And Harbinger of Death, Swarm Nightmare is attacked. A portion of its HP is reduced and converted into corrosion. This is primordial. It will recover equal to the erosion account, which is what I'm trying to break. So how do you break said erosion? After entering the gene duplication state, the field enters combustion. The gene duplication is dispelled when all summoned juveniles are defeated. So I actually need to focus the stings. And then when the gene duplication is dispelled, Harbinger of Death, Swarm Knight receives increased damage and dispels the corrosion state. Interesting. Also, I felt legally obligated to find the little loading screen headpiece, because it's just so adorable. It is so me as well. I have like a literal thought will cross my brain and then immediately go. You know, like, this is one of the few times I will actually purchase cosmetics, because I will actually be roaming around the world with Stell, so it makes sense. Regardless of it all, there will always be the outfit in the overworld. So I'm very happy that this is, like, I was happy to buy this, but like, for example, if it was a skin for Firefly, which there is, I was not gonna buy it because I don't want to see it in the story that much. Like, it's cool for combat, but it's just, like, Ruin Maze, honestly. Like, we got Ruin Maze for free, but like, am I really seeing Ruin May that often anymore? Not really. I also don't know where Ruin May is in my, like, screen here. There she is. Mind you, I like the way that she looks with the dress. It's pretty cool. But like, if I had to buy it, I don't think I would feel like I am getting bang for my buck. And I got that kind of mentality from Genshin. Because Genshin does have a lot of characters, but they don't show up as much as I would like for them to be like worth it. On TCC, I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Because like you can't put them in their little outfits, and I think if you hang out with them, they'll be in their outfits there as well. I'm not entirely sure. That one, I do not quote me on that one, for I do not know. That being said, let me look up. Even though I never really trust Pridewin's decisions, I still do. They don't exactly. Okay, never mind. So, yeah. But it's nice though still to walk in the overworld and just pretend to be the character. That is something I do like. But interesting. I do not know. I genuinely do not know that. Okay. I have opened Pridewin, except from certain interactions. Ah, fair enough. I see, I see. So you won't even see them like that in events then. Okay. Yeah, the more you know. Yeah, I now need to build Guang. I farmed everything. I just haven't done much for her. Which are built in so you see them either way. Ah, fair enough, fair enough.
The intertwining of fate.
I do like also
Quite amusing.
the fact that the proxies are getting, well, not are getting, got a lot of things is just great. Building my Guang. Ooh, nice. I got her a few like a week ago, but I didn't do anything for her because I was like not sure exactly what her set was. Now I know it's the diviner set, which makes sense. And the other one would be like Lushaka, because they want to do like big damage, big energy. Also, before I forget, actually, where are you, Hystolins? I need to switch this rope from both of you. Because Kafka had the energy rope. It's weird. I think I've had this weird setup for anomaly arbitrations since the first one with Lygus. Because that was the only order of operations where that worked. Because I don't remember exactly what was the purpose of it. I just remember, okay, never mind, no. The Lygus bosses, like the Lygus boss and little underlings moved so fast, I didn't need the energy rope on Hystolins. But then the other enemies were just draining so much energy to the 3 team members that were not the first one that I had to put Hystolins first, but without the rope. And it was like a weird math. 74% crit rate, 102 in combat, holy moly. And 100 crit damage and about 250 in combat. Oh boy, that is awesome. You know what? I love that for you. That sounds amazing. So I'm assuming I need to go like a crit body on her, if I get lucky enough. But actually, before that, I'm not gonna get her light going. But based on this, I can tell a little bit. Increases crit rate for allies and crit damage for allies. Oh, this just gives everything. What? This is kind of insane. I did. So I'm now debating if I get it. I don't know. I need to also read what Sparksy's Lycon does. But yeah, no, like I kind of was like, for shits and giggles, let's do a tentpole, and then like Bylus came out. Though she doesn't scale from damage, so no attacks, so just sustain planar. Fair enough, okay. I'm surprised by that. I would have assumed that she does. I mean, to be fair, she's more of a supportive unit for the Path of Elation, so it makes sense. It's as if I was giving Sunday attack. Like, okay, not Sunday. It's as if I was giving Yukong attack. It helps because her abilities do damage, but is she a damage dealer to the point that it's worth having that? No. So that is actually a good way of putting it. Her main damage is elation damage and she doesn't have attack conversions like Sparksy. I see, that's fair. As you can see, I have clearly studied what this character does and did not get her out of impulse for any reason at all. her conversion speed based. I did see that. I do know that a lot of people are saying that she's good with speed. The problem right now for her in terms of speed is the fact that to sort of reach her best output, she needs to get like 200 speed with 2 elation units, but her peak is like, I don't remember, I think it's like 160 or 150 with 3 elation units, and that's like the most optimal one, so you're not like wasting stats. But yeah, no, it's like it is just rough out there until we get like the 3rd elation unit. But I feel like she definitely is scalable for future with when new units come out, sort of how, yeah, like Aglaya was. Eventually better units came out that would support her. Also, you know what? I am a very min-maxing person, and I know I see the fact that there's a little bit of energy that gets wasted, and my brain is like, we can't have that. So
risk that the nameless took for us.
who are you speaking? Oh, he was speaking to Dan Heng. I was like, I don't recall any of these individuals being able to speak to you.
Pierce the
There
darkness
is.
with dawn, Duck Solaris.
Also, I love the fact that Saridra calls them all by their little duck's roll. And then surely, yeah, you're at the bottom because you're like the lowest level. Her conversion is uncapped in base game, and it goes up to 320 speed. So what you're saying is, with enough power, I could break currency wars. With enough luck, I could destroy everything. I definitely want to see pretty much Let's Go. I love that. Honestly, that is one thing I do love about turn-based games. The fact that in turn-based games, if you find... Hold on, it's not this guy that I like to fight. It's like these ones over here. Yeah. The fact that there's... If you do everything right and with enough characters, there is a certain combination of operations that will completely break the game. And I used to have that. I'm very proud always. Like I've always been very proud of what I did with Fugue, because I have Fugue at E2. And I had well, let me like get this real quick before I hit the ascend button. Got her Lycon too. Nice. That's awesome.
Do not be troubled by waxing or waning.
Like her Lycon is just like, her Lycon is so good for y'all, Guang. But yeah, I was gonna say like these Eidolon to me was so broken. I had to get not like Eidolon was so broken I had to get her. Also, time to send an individual to their Shadow Realms. Goodbye, bot. I do have to say it is very. God, I haven't streamed in forever. That seeing a "Would you like to buy viewers?" little message is kind of fun. Because I haven't seen one in so long. So just like, I can send it to the Shadow Realm to never be seen again. Yes. You know, like this Eidolon for Fugue. I've made 2 videos where I broke the way that pure fiction works. And I would make rotations that made it so that I got like 40 different actions. This is taking into account like follow-up attacks and things like that before enemies actually get a turn. Now that's no longer possible because Hoyoverse increased the toughness bar of every enemy, which I know is something they were going to do regardless, but I feel like I have to be to blame there as well, even though I'm pretty sure I didn't. Yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to pick Sparksy right now, maybe on her rerun, but I'll still be planning on investing in Elation Comp. It looks like it'll be a lot of fun. It genuinely is. I also feel like it's very serotonin seeing elation damage be displayed to you like right in front of your screen. Like it's not like every other piece of damage where you see it like on the top right over here, like where like usually see like you dealt 200 damage, like 200,000 damage here on the side. No, like elation goes like, even if it, I'm making up numbers because I don't remember what kind of numbers I got, but yeah, like for example, let's say that you did like, I don't know, 200,000 damage with your main DPS. Cool. But if you see 20,000, 10 times less than what you just did to an enemy, but they shove it at you in the front of your screen with pretty numbers. Yeah, even if you break the attack, it's still so cool seeing that random card flash in, tell you you did 20k. Nice job. I would be happy. Yeah. I mean, I would feel rough because I'm like, even if I saw like 200, like a tiny little number, I'd be like, that's fucked up. The game is making fun of me, but honestly, the animation is so cool. I love it. I do feel like that is one of the reasons also why elation pops off for me and why I am a big fan of it. But yeah, essentially, no, this ult from Fugue is one of the reasons why I fell in love as well with like turn-based games, because I was able to just break the system. Again, they kind of screwed me over when they brought in Amphorius's characters, enemies, because they genuinely do not like to take break damage. And the new enemies as well, like one of them is really annoying. Hold on. I don't think I have enough, do I have enough True Blush power to show it? No, I have like 30. But like the weird handbird doesn't have any weaknesses. And even if you implant it, he cannot be broken until you fulfill its requirement of hitting it like X number of times. Elation has a lot of potential archetypes. It does. I want to find a way to combine Elation with Super Break. I genuinely feel that if I find a way to make a fast Elation character combine itself with Super Break, I would have something funny. That being said, I mean, it wouldn't work, because I know Super Break is based on the amount of damage you deal to an opponent. Could Sparsely work? Because is it like elation damage? Does it actually hit toughness bars? Yeah, the Canada's Peacock. I hate that guy. he refuses to take breaks to get broken. But hold on, let's see. Enemy creatures, they're here. Yeah, the canvas peacock. This guy, by the way, love the design. Love the fact that there's also like artwork here that sort of depicts a peacock itself before like the hand as well. But like, cool as hell design. Love the fact that the feathers are brushes as well. Also, like, I like this. It congregated the self-loathing of talentless artists, their fear of school, and humanity's inherent laziness, and ultimately became what it is today. And it's such a funny little story. So I love its mechanic. As a person that does super break damage, I hate it. But as a gimmick to have for bosses and enemies, I love it. That is something I do want to clarify. When I say I hate this boss or I hate this enemy or like things like that, I hate it because they're an inconvenience to me. But like, do I really hate how they are? No. Unless I genuinely say like, oh, I loathe this one mechanic, I wish it wasn't in the game, then you know I actually hate something. But even when I say, oh, I hate this, no, I actually love it. It's just like, you decided to mess with my gimmick. Also, I'm actually kind of curious about this as well. There's barely any lore in here. I thought there was going to be more. Like, Play Chaos training stream Sparks is going live. Tonight, witness the SparksyCon, where she'll unveil her brand new image to her devoted fans. But it didn't. There's no more lore in here. I do love this little hoodie. It's really cool in design. And then there's also the aggressive reading material. This enemy, when I saw it for the first time, I'm just like, why is there just a person with a box head? Kind of story spoiler? It's fine. Again, I know parts of the story, but I'm not like fully filled in yet. Plus, I will admit, I have like a negative attention span when I've been like seeing people do the story. So I don't really remember like most of it. It's gone through one ear, passed through another, and I will properly experience it again like in one of the future weeks. Security Doggo is one of my favorite enemies. Just suddenly dog with a vest that looks like a ninja, but I know it's meant to be like a police officer. Super cool concept. I feel so bad anytime I've had to find one of these. But their outfit and look, I adore them. I do have to say that is something that I will give them big props to this patch. The new enemy designs are something I genuinely adore. Yeah, the Rocking Rebel, big guy with a big guitar that's actually like a fist. Read the aggressive material lore, it's funny. Hold on, let me see. I didn't actually read it. Hold on. Okay. As the saying goes, buying books is like a landslide. Reading them is like spinning silk. Bibliophiles are always buying new volumes, yet rarely crack them open. The guilt of having so much unread and the self-deception that I'll get to it someday have woven together to create a vicious imaginary known as aggressive reading material. That is awesome. And that is also such a big fucking call out. I feel directly attacked by this. But this is good. Like, that is actually so good. I've had that with books, and I've had that with games. Because if you look at my Steam library, there are so many games that I'm just like, I'm gonna play it later. I'm gonna play it when I have time. And then what do? I log into League of Legends. I log into Hearthstone. I log into everything else that is not that game. Expedition 33. I did play that top to bottom. Beautiful game. Loved it all the way through. That is the one game that I did and I was able to lock in. I need more games like Expedition 33 to have me lock the fuck in and have it consume me for like a month. But if I have a new game like that, this time I will let it consume me for like a month live on stream, because it would be fun to like actually react and have my experience in there. I might do a playthrough of it, not immediately, but like months in the future, probably when I graduate, and overanalyze the game now that I know what happens at every spot, and have a new perspective on the game. Because playing it once is great, playing it with the full context will definitely be something that my brain will love. Also, I have a lot of pulls. Also, I also forgot, I need to keep leveling Yao Guang. I've been saying, oh, we're gonna level up Yao Guang today, proceeds to get completely distracted in every possible aspect, but it's always fun. Although the Japan censorship is just wording for the most part, it's still a little unfortunate because Imagine were clearly meant to just be called yokai. Really? Interesting.
Do not be troubled by waxing or waning.
I can see that. Having these entities be yokai would actually be very fitting for the type of, like, being they are. Because based on the description, it is a sort of mythical creature that has manifested based on emotions and other shenanigans from like folklore. So it does actually fit them on the terminology of yokai.
By waxing or waning.
Interesting. That is something I have learned today. Again, just like you said, a little disappointing that it got censored. But if anything, I have the knowledge now, so I can appreciate it. Oh my god, wait, actually, okay. Speaking of not censored content, but like removed content, this is something I need to yap about for a quick moment. I'm gonna stream one of my screens, one of my Chrome screens real quick, because I need to showcase this, okay? Starial Wiki, and it is the Thunder set, like Band of Sizzling Thunder set, okay? How do I add? Let's add. Is it a window capture? I think it is a window capture. Okay. So I'm just gonna, yeah, window capture. Let's do a window capture of this. Okay. So one of the videos, the new set of videos that I'm dropping, ideally either Friday or Saturday, and then, you know, I'll drop one video and then another the next day and then another next day and so on and so forth. It's finally gonna be through the relics. I was not aware there used to be a necklace and a pick for this set. Instead of having planar ropes, like, you know, planar sets with the orbs and the ropes, we used to have 6 sets, like the 6-piece sets for a character. Sort of how Genshin has 5 pieces, and then you get a 4-set bonus, like a 2-set bonus and a 4-set bonus. We used to have a 2-set bonus and a 4-set bonus and a 5-set bonus in the past. Yeah, see here. In version 0.7, it used to do 2-piece to do more lightning damage. At 4-piece, it dealt enemies receive 40% more shock damage from the wearer. The wearer deals 18% more damage to enemies inflicted with shock. Which, by the way, kind of fucked up they removed that one, because this one's so good. I feel like, isn't this kind of just pretty strong on Serval? Or it would have been really strong on Serval on release. And then, you know, if you did 5-piece out of the 6 pieces, you dealt more damage with like wind set, like with like lightning set. And that's not the only one that has that. I know for a fact, if I can find it, the wind set, Eagle Twilight, also had a 6 set. And you know what it did? It increased speed by 10 and regenerated 5 energy after every action. The censorship didn't affect much of the story, nor the design plan. Arcadia is still very clearly Japan inspired, but the wording is still a little unfortunate. Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, having Kappas become just regular ducks is a little bit disappointing. I did not know Tanuki would go turn to Furbo. Oh no. Interesting. Only NPCs would have been kind of sick, not gonna lie. But yeah, like, what I was saying real quick here, yeah, like a lot of these sets actually had 6 pieces, but they got removed, and they had different sets completely before. The ice set is like increasing attack instead of just ice damage, and when the current HP of the wearer is above 50% HP, increases the skill damage. So this was really just a Yanqing set.
I will walk to the end with all your wills.
Yeah, oh well, I mean, it happens. Unfortunately, that's just how the game had to be, I guess, but oh well. But again, still really interesting. Thank you for letting me know that that was something that happened. I would not have known otherwise. But yeah, a small little, again, distraction aside, we go back to like leveling up Yao Guang, our beloved little gremlin.
Do not be troubled by waxing.
And then I'm missing like another. I need to do one more run of the not Cavern of Corrosion. Stagnant Shadow? Yeah, I need to do one more of those, so I'm just gonna level her up to, I mean, I'll level her up to 70, but then I'm not gonna level. I'm gonna start doing relics after this. And that's like 50, so that means I can just go delete another enemy real quick. Usually I wrap all these up by just slaying one of the homies here in the Blackwater Pass. Especially because I think there's a barrel somewhere nearby here. I like how, I mean, I know for a fact I could just level them up naturally through, like, you know, the, like, I could send like 1,000 like XP experience points to quote unquote waste, which would be like a minor thing. But I'm always just like, nah, we're actually gonna go fight enemies because I can, and it's better for my brain. I have 7 pulls. I might just do them real quick because I don't have anything else to use them on, and I don't want to wait like another 3 more. Also for the relics, personally, I do think that the long run that changes from 6 pieces to 4 pieces with 2 pieces is better. Oh yeah, it's like way better. I find that some of the older 4-piece sets, like buffs, better said, the 4-piece buffs, were really interesting, and I understand why they got removed. But having 4-piece plus 2 planar is way better. One, because it's easier to manage, but also I feel like it is much nicer for my brain having every piece be relevant. Because from the 6 pieces, 4 pieces are relevant for one thing, and 2 pieces are relevant for the other thing. You get to mix and match your buffs, giving you more variety. But also, again, there's no problem with, like, I've had with Genshin, where it's like, oh, that is, I'm leveling this up, but it is an off-piece set. I'll use this as a last resort for a character, if I have to, because, you know, they're missing a piece, and I already have, like, the entire set completed. I'm glad that in this game, every single piece does matter, and it gives it purpose for what you're currently working on. I'm not sure if that like made complete sense, but
Does
like
this road have more
I just
variables
like the
from-
way that's how it works. Also, I'm kind of I just love this character. She's so silly. I like how I like how serious she is, and then she proceeds to be like absolutely silly. Also, I'm not gonna get her Eidolon, but this Eidolon definitely seems very interesting with like the extra turn as well. With like the extra turn buff. But anyways, okay, what exactly are the substats I need to look into? So I'm like yapping about it, and but I know that she uses the diviner set. We've made some progress. Now what are the substats I'm looking for? I know the main body we discussed is like crit damage. She's a great character. Sorry, she was a great character in her trailer. I might once the trailers from Plain Arcadia are no longer once the trailers from Young Guang plus everybody from the trailers I never reacted to are no longer fresh in my mind, I want to go and make a secondary reaction video towards them. Like, I'm watching them in hindsight. I'm completely forgetting everything. But I do want to record that and just be like, ooh, this is something that I like or enjoyed. Maybe I could maybe even do it like a tier list, honestly. But yeah, at this point I do feel like I just want to get crit rate, crit damage, and defense, and slash HP. Because again, it doesn't scale with attack. I mean, I would want speed, actually. That's the one thing. Yeah, okay. Oh, stop. Speed is more important than crit rate. Interesting. Oh, you know what? That makes sense, because you scale her on speed. Surely I got. That's double crits. So that so far is like the best set. I'm genuinely shocked I don't have a spin and crits on the... What? Game! That is... That is so messed up. Okay, there you go. This is one of those that are pretty decent. Oh, let's level it up. I know that one of the points is going into HP, but at this point, better to have something than nothing at all. Let's just level this up to 12. Usually this goes up to 74. Yeah, 74. I remember my breakdowns. Yippee. Okay, 1 on HP, speed and crit rate. That's not bad, actually. Let's just finish going. I really like that we can now see the 4 subset preemptively. Yes. That is a great addition, and they brought it over from Genshin, which is a very welcome addition. I remember I mentioned oh god, it went into break. It's fine. But yeah, I remember I told my friend Elle, oh yeah, I'm so happy that this is a thing now. And she just looks at me and goes like, homie, you really have been so disconnected from Genshin. We've had that in Genshin for ages now. And I'm like, what? Because the worst part is they actually added that a patch after I stopped playing. I was so dedicated playing Genshin back there, and it was cool. I like Genshin. It's just, I don't know. I too much exploration definitely dulled my brain. I might give it another shot and see if I do, because again, just seeing Varka again in the game is great. But when they released Natlan, I was so happy because I'm Peruvian, so I'm Latino. And I live in the Latino areas that some parts of Natlan are inspired. Especially because I found Peruvian food within Natlan in the recipes, and I was incredibly happy. Seeing the concert where people were playing the pan flutes and other traditional instruments that I would normally only see back at home, genuinely was one of the highlights of that time. So I might give Natlan another try. I also did quit before the Great War patch, so I need to properly see that and experience it for myself, because oh boy, I know that's gonna be fucking destroying me at every turn of every decision I make. Also, like how again I'm gonna build Yao Guang, proceeds to do everything but builder. No, that's a main stat though. I saw the triple highlights and I was so happy, and then the game was like, no, not yet, homie. You're not legally allowed to have a good piece at the moment. 5.4 for the combat, which is not very enjoyable. That's also true. I feel so the thing is, if I return to Genshin, I would no longer be doing Spiral Abyss. I would no longer be doing Imaginary Theater. I would just pull for whoever I genuinely feel like I like. So, if I go back, it would mean I'm pulling for... I got Sidlali, actually. So I don't need to get her. I would get Varka. I would get the little gremlin, Yehoda. Those 3 I would definitely get. Eventually, I hope that Hoyo releases the character that's meant to represent the Year of the Tiger, because I want to get the character that represents the Year of the Tiger, since I'm Year of the Tiger. I would consider Flynn's, but at the same time, I don't. So, the only way that I'm staying relevant with Genshin in my mind is because I play the... I actually do the Imaginarium Theater for a friend sometimes. I go into her account and I fight enemies in Imaginarium Theater, and she's a husbando enjoyer. Therefore, she has characters like Flynn's. She's getting Varka. She's getting a lot of the characters I like, so I can just not pull for them and enjoy them in my friend's account. Also, that is... Actually, no, it's a defense roll. The attack roll is kind of cringe. So I might just, again... I think if I want to care about combat, I'll play with whatever my friend has. If I want to care about the story, I'll just play with whatever characters I have and bite the bullet that I'm not gonna have a meta character ever again. For rope, you want energy regeneration. Okay, thank you. Also, I don't know what. Oh yeah, I kind of just saw speed and crit. I did not even look at the main stat. I don't think. Okay, so depressingly, I don't think I have any energy regen ropes available at the moment. Do I actually not have any? I know usually, yeah, like the best sets get like placed at first. Yeah, no, I don't actually. No. No, that's genuine. Hold on a second. Lushaka. Let's filter out all the Lushakas. I only have. I'm actually shocked by this. What do you mean I only have one singular energy rope ever? It's the only. And it doesn't even have good stats. It has like, I think, one roll in attack for for a Robin. It's never done any. Oh my, okay, so that's not on my to-do list. Just farm the hell out of you know what? Actually, I'm learning what I need now, and that was the purpose of the stream. We now know how to build Guang, so thank you, Flamer. I guess now we're farming for those pieces. Especially because there's the double rate up. Use quick trailblazer refill. I don't need that, but I mean, I might as well just like drop 6 of these immediately. I don't know why these characters are here, but let's just do my Mordots team. And do I have one for? Actually, none of my save files are like cool. That's a little disappointing. All right, let's use the follow for more team. Honestly, I don't even know why I have Treeby in this team. Usually Topaz is here. But you know, given the fact that we're fighting the Swarm, I think it balances itself out. I don't know, just a little bit of an idea. Honestly, not to start stupid tribalism discussion, I really hate that shit, but Wuthering Waves combat is a lot more my style for action games, understandable. And no, like here, honestly, people are welcome to talk about like any games that they enjoy, play how they play them and enjoy them. I will concede Wuthering Waves gameplay. Hold on, let me pause the game so Trivi doesn't start screaming and counting. Yeah, so Wuthering Waves has a much more engaging and compelling play style for combat. And their enemies are a lot more creative in how you have to fight them. I will give them that. I much prefer, personally, the four character setup that Genshin offers for combinations and movesets. That being said, combo moves in Wuthering Waves are also incredibly fun when you leave a character in mid-action and they continue doing that action while your next character comes in. Cool. The spot dodge effect, like dodges, I like them a lot, but I much prefer how they work within Sunless Zone Zero with the perfect dodge timers. Especially when they did like the whole Hugo doing that on you. Boy oh boy, was that the best time of my life. Getting done that to me was amazing. Anyways, let me see. While I like the elemental reaction system, they just never did anything with it, and everything else feels so slow for an action game. True. I do concede that. Also, I'm saying this from a perspective of somebody that gave up on Wuthering Waves and gave up on Genshin. Wuthering Waves, again, has a much more engaging gameplay style, which I will enjoy. I never got saturated with elemental reactions because I stopped playing, and also the only time I've played with reactions has been Imaginary Theater, which is my only real shock, I guess, within the game, my exposure to the game. So because of that, oh, like, homie just came. I forgot I had like a broken run. Like, this enemy just lost a life instantly. But Yeah, what I'm trying to say essentially is
Dirty tricks.
the enemies are fun, and Imaginarium Theater does bring in fun concepts where you get to experiment with very weird you get to experience with very weird combinations of characters that provides more variety to the game. That is something I love a lot, which is the main reason as well why I like Currency Wars. Currency Wars forces me into weird spots, and then how do I build myself out of this kerfuffle to pop off later. But Genshin sadly does not do a good job with it. Lantern Rites and big events are cool, and the story for Genshin is one I much prefer. Wuthering Waves does have a really good story as well. My one problem with Wuthering Waves, and it's the same problem I have with Sunless Zone Zero, sometimes it feels too Gunner bait, and sometimes when it's not like Gunner bait, they are a bit too, oh my god, I love the protagonist so much, I can't live without the protagonist. And that sort of just like lets me be like, eh. I know they do that in Genshin as well, which is also something that I'm not a fan of, but like, I actually like the characters that like me in Genshin, and by that I mean, I like Citlali. That's the only character I really like in Genshin, like at the moment, that likes the Traveler. Which honestly, also hot take, because I know most people don't, specifically, I know so many people that like the Ayaka ship. I like a lot of people that like the Kaching ship. I don't remember which one was from Mondstadt, but every single region you had like a new person that liked you. I think Nilu was the one for Sumeru. So, you know, people just enjoy the ships, and that I don't know why, but just this Lali one with the Traveler is one I surprisingly found myself enjoying. And I know I'm in the unpopular opinion there, but like, I don't know, it's just nice. Also, do I have an actual energy rope here, or is the game just completely annihilating me? There is none. HP attack. Wow, this game really hits me. Let's do 6 more. Monster, I think, is Eula or Lisa, depending on who you ask. That is fair. Eula makes sense, actually, especially with the whole. Oh my god, people shipped so much because of that one sneeze. You just... Okay, Eve, you brought Eula back into my mind after me sometimes forgetting that she is a character, even though Mika is there, reminded me constantly. I literally thought about Eula earlier today and yesterday because I was watching the Varka trailer and they work together. There's a sneeze ship, not necessarily that they ship it because so a lot of people just saw the sneeze and they were like, that character is the best character in the world and I love her. That's the main reason. Therefore they ship them, like, you know, the Trailblazer with her, because, you know, they just like having the Trailblazer ship with their favorite character. Okay, let me see. Honestly, I think Wuwa is so smooth, like, with combat. I just wish they enjoyed the story more. That's also fair. I like the combat of Wuwa. I wish, okay, for me, I wish Wuwa had the ability for me to play 4 characters. It also feels weird to me having only 3. That's also one of my caveats as to why it feels weird for me to play Sunless Zone Zero. It's so ingrained in my brain of turn-based gameplay to like having 4 characters. Even Expedition 33 bugs my brain because I only have 3 characters. But that's just like a me problem. That is just me refusing to accept that a game can have 3 characters and still function properly. Anyways, for me it's not really an issue, and honestly, when it comes to a protagonist personally, I would rather the protagonist being a protagonist rather than a camera, and that's also true. When the character is actually the forefront and does something cool, It's great. Speaking of Wuthering Waves, something that I do like they did in one of the storylines, you're fighting as the rover on your own, but because of the story, and because you have like 3 powers or 2 powers, you get to play with a team of 3 rovers. That is you switching between every rover path. That was absolute cinema. That was one of the greatest implementations of them using a quote-unquote team for a single person combat experience that I wish Genshin would have done. They really missed on the opportunity. To be fair, the Traveler doesn't benefit itself from doing anything like that, but yeah. I tried well, but the amount of female characters overwhelmed me. That's also true. I also feel like, I think it was like Yin Lin, the puppet girl. I saw her and I was like, ooh, I don't know how I feel about this game. And then, you know, they released like Shorekeeper, other characters. The only character I think I liked that they released recently, I think it's like Bai Hung. Let me look up her name. Wuwa. It's the one little gremlin character. I forget her name. She's like electric and like electrocutes herself if you like fuck up her combo. Which, by the way, also really cool design. I think she started with a B. Booling. I don't know who. I'm confusing myself completely with another person. But yeah, that moment when you had the 3 rovers was absolute cinema. Also, regeneration rope. Yippee. Let me check real quick for the other rope. No, okay, no, nothing for there. But yeah, rover. You won't come over which one? Oh my god. I don't think I have an issue with fan service. I don't have much of an issue with fan service until it reaches a specific point. Which is why for the most part I've been okay with like Genshins, but again, I got bored of Genshin.
The intertwining of fate.
Now I need to get ERR rope and crit speed. True. I feel like service up to a point. Exactly. Like, I also do understand that I'm playing a gacha game and fan service is part of the appeal for the rubric of gamers that they're targeting. So, I'm not gonna complain about something. I mean, I'm gonna mention that I don't like that specific part, but I'll still play the game because I enjoy other aspects of the game much more than that. I also do feel I need more men. Yes, the men characters, dear god, peak. Varka, single brain cell, beautiful character. But yeah. That's true. When you sort of remove the aspects of the character, and it's just like, oh, your character is just made for this. Again, Wuwa doesn't have that. But, okay, a better example for this is Jane Doe. And I'm upset that this is the perspective I had for Jane Doe. Jane Doe had so much fan service material be dropped for her release that it turned me off from wanting to play the game for a bit.
Good fortune itself.
So, that was an annoyance. That being said, when I learned that Jane Doe is actually a really fleshed out character with a really compelling storyline and a lot of amazing concepts that I wish they could have highlighted within her trailer, I was disappointed. I went back into the game because I learned that Jane Doe is not just Gunner bait, and I enjoyed seeing how her character developed. But her trailers, oh boy, no, that was too much. The amount of booing who was, I was like, this is too much. That's fair. I mean, to be fair, also, I can't even say that much regarding Stariel, because hold on, let me go into one of these real quick. I don't wanna this one's immediately give me energy as far as I remember. We're just gonna drop in immediately with the Dahlia, because this one to me is just wild. Okay, this one, Dahlia's ultimate is one that, like, cool animation. I don't like how it ends. But like, it's, again, I understand the concepts that they were going for Dahlia, so they're just cool. Also, I went with the wrong equation, so I don't think I even get the Never mind, I do get a turn. Yippee. Anyways, I need to like slow it down to like point out the specific thing. Love this animation, love the circle. The insane face with the blush is what, like, I'm just like, oh. But it fits her character. After having not done the story, but seen the story, fits her character.
Leisure comes easy.
I've heard about the Dahlia. I took a break when she came out and heard the rumors. Fair. If Mavuika had not quite writing teams, she would be so good. True. I do wish they would go back and, like, for example, I do like that monster characters got sort of revived because of Duden. Which, by the way, I'm so sad I don't have Durin because I'm not playing Genshin anymore. But and my friend has him, so when I play in her account, I get to experience Duden, which I'm happy about. I feel like the insane face is so yandere. Yeah, it is too yandere for my liking, but at the same time, having seen the story, not played it, but seen it, I'm like, it fits her character. It does fit her character, and I understand now why that is. But again, it's one of those concepts of like, this was my first impression because I saw it in the trailers and then I got her and I didn't play the story. So I'm just like, But now I'm more fun with it. And again, same with Jane Doe. Jane Doe, trailers, oof. Actually learning about the character, ooh. So it's all about perspective. That's also the main thing that, like, again, I do like making that specific clarification. Yeah, exactly. It, like, there's things about the game I absolutely love, and I will criticize the things I don't like, but that doesn't mean I hate the game or I hate the character. It's just I hate a specific facet of the character in the way that they were portrayed. But in hindsight and full perspective, I can change my mind. And that is the one thing I do. That's the one thing I appreciate that we're having in this conversation. We're acknowledging the things that we don't like and that we dislike about the characters. Which, by the way, I feel so bad for you, Eve, because your comment sections in the past have been people that are really unaware, and we've ranted so much about these. I'm so sad that you have to deal with those people through, like, YouTube shorts, and even, like, in some reactions. People got mad at you because on the trailer, yeah, you mentioned, like, the feet shots, and I'm just like, I've also, like, commented on that. Nobody gives a shit when I say it, but when you say it, a lot of people are just like, no, what do you mean? What's wrong with it? That's also, like, rough. I do have to admit, like, yeah, being a fan representing, like, streamer, people tend to be idiots. That's the one thing I'm so disappointed by when I'm, like, done shitting, like just on YouTube, like, getting to see, like, the perspectives from my friends. I'm just like, why did people, like, okay, this is gonna sound so stupid. I wish I got some of that hatred to get diverted away from you guys. Because one, I want to be part of the experience and share my own dumb stories of people being stupid in my comment sections. Thankfully, people aren't. I'm glad. But also just like, oh god, I don't know. I've said multiple things as well in the past in previous videos, and a lot of people are like, that's a cool perspective. And then when people see it in, like, other streamers, they're just like, you're a fucking dumbass. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? We literally said the same thing, but there's people, like, taking it so badly in the other stream. Yeah, there are so many. Exactly. Like, you like, a lot of the times I'm, like, looking at it, I'm like, these people are idiots, so, like, it's gonna get filtered out anyways. And we don't have to care. I like to go through all my comments, because, to be fair, I also don't get that many comments. I get, like, the people that comment, beautiful people. Like, I genuinely love them. But yeah, like, I don't get, like, enough. I don't get, like, the hatred, so I'm kind of okay with it. Even when I've gotten, like, hate comments, we've ended up on, like, a proper discussion, and I'm just like, damn. Okay, never mind. You were being ignorant before, you heard my perspective, and you actually listened? Shit. Good. I got a comment saying, the only gays and females, like, the only gays and females like Varka Magulika is better? Oh, Varka's great. What do you like? People, yeah, no, people are just so shallow at times. What's been in the Discord has been under maintenance. It's been under maintenance because I said I would change it and then I didn't. So I'm actually gonna ask. One of my friends actually asked, like, offered to help me manage it. like not manage, but like, you know, build it to properly have it there, I'll actually do that. To be fair, the other thing is like, I said I was gonna put maintenance, and then I disappeared into the sea of butterflies, because I stopped streaming. Therefore, I also stopped looking at the Discord. That is a me thing. It's that's the reason. It's just been my own laziness and procrastination. But I will try to actually get that online, hopefully by end of April. Because ideally, when I finish college, I can actually do streams again with the free time I have when I'm not investing time in applying for jobs. If I came back to Genshin, it would be for Varka over Mavuika, not gonna lie. Oh yeah, I mean, we're also much more emotionally invested in Varka. Like, God, we've heard of Varka for years. Varka was a myth. Anytime we got a simple snivel of Varka, it's just like his name was just mentioned on a random one-off conversation. Oh my God, it's Varka, he's coming! Like that was literally what was happening over and over again. So actually seeing him, bro, I woke up from, like, you know, sleeping. First thing I see is Varka release trailer, and the second thing I see is Eve's reaction to the Varka's like thing. I'm just like, the thumbnails, I'm just like, wait, he's real. I know he was gonna come, just not today. I genuinely don't respond to stuff from like audiobook covers to my YouTube nowadays, because there's so much nowadays, because it's, yeah, no, that's understandable. There's so much fighting on reaction stuff, and people are just like, brother. I do like that's also another annoyance that I know you face, because you are the person that is more knowledgeable on things voice acting. So when you mention something that you know from the industry, from reliable sources, people go to and quote misinformation, which is cringe. It's very cringe on their end. Now back on the grind, yes, you found Sela IRL, that's crazy. Exactly, I found where she goes when she disappears for half a second into a sea of butterflies. I replicated that, and I got lost into I got lost in that abyss for 7 months. It turns out it's college. I still wish Varka had a beard. Yeah, one day, Varka will have a beard. Like, listen, he's gonna get sent into like a weird vortex and come back with a beard. Trust. This is. What the fuck was that achievement? I also haven't claimed achievements because I like to keep track of them with like a second party, like a third party website. So what the fuck did I just get? I just got like something fortune. Oh well, I don't know. What did I get? Well, apparently I got something from just breaking an object. So that is okay. Yeah, exactly. He's real. So I was like, yeah, welcome to test him out on my account if you want. I would be down for that, like on another day. Definitely. I definitely want to see how he works. I also kind of curious if he actually runs with like, at one point they show him running with both swords behind his back, and he's just running, doing like that cool anime run with the swords where he's about to beat somebody up. I really want to see if he actually has that animation. That's me whenever I see IPC characters. Honestly, fair. Yo, IPC characters are beautiful. IPC trademark indeed. I've already had someone try and convince me not to pull for Pearl. What the fuck? Brother, the character hasn't even come out. We don't even know if it's like... I will pull for the character because I like them. That's literally... Okay, to be fair, I used to pull for the characters because I liked it. Like, one, I like them, and two, I was doing content with like the perfectly designed series, so I was like, I should have every character for this. So I can record content without like, you know, having to borrow from other people. And then I disappeared, and then I skipped Cyrene, which probably was like one of the most important crisis errors. Whoops. But you know, like Pearl just looks great, and I cannot wait for her inclusion in the story. I cannot wait for, I forget what their name was. Not the purple individual. Rhodonite? I don't remember his name. But yeah, purple homie. I want to see him. I want to see Obsidian. I don't think anyone could stop you. Yo, nobody's stopping us from getting the characters we want. I haven't been following Genshin since I stopped playing. I have no idea what's going on with Varka. Honestly, he's just great. He's just been exploring the world. He's trying to steal the moon. Tonight we take the moon, minions. I did that in a completely wrong order. But yeah, no, just pull just pull for the characters you want. They're great. They were like, oh, she's basic, you should get someone else. I like was brother, she's an IPC. Bro, exactly, like I think also every single IPC character has a tragic as fuck backstory. Because, well, don't look at that. There we go. Well, we know Topaz was like, you know, rescued. Like, well, she lived in a planet that wasn't like really the most prosperous, and she climbed the ranks, but also she went through so much shit to get to where she is today. We have Adventurine, whose story, oh boy, that deals with so many layers of tragedy that it's great. I love his design, and like just I feel like every single IPC character has a very rich story. And then, you know, Jade, deal with the devil, actually cares a lot about people. Children are so pure, she loves them, so therefore she actually donates to charities and is like there for them. Fucking peak character, but then, you know, she's a dickhead to the people that deserve it, especially greedy people. And it is implied that she also went through hardships, potentially also having to deal with IPC bullshit before she actually became a you know, a character. Break modes? No, the thing is, I had Moza on his like signature icon because it's pretty, but then at some point I had to bring him in with a Topaz icon. Also, let me make sure I'm not like missing anything. Pure, or like she's basics. Oh, Sugulite. Yeah, I need Sugulite so badly. It cost me the IPC apologizer. Honestly, books, we're on the same page because I didn't realize until, you know, I pulled Jade and her Lycon that I have every IPC character and their Lycon. Because I also have where's my homie? Oh, oops. Oh yeah, Facial has it. But you know, I have Dr. Ratio with his Lycon. I have every IPC individual with their Lycon because I love them so much, and I also did not realize, you know, a little bit of an oopsie there. You have E4 Adventurine. Oh boy, nice. I was tempted to get E2 Adventurine. I actually do have one of his Eidolons. I have his E1, and his E2 is just like that freaking good that I was like, maybe we get it. By the way, remember Trailblazer DPS is peak? It really is. I've enjoyed seeing people use Remembrance Trailblazer, but I will always be a sucker for Harmony Trailblazer. Especially because, again, I used to break the game with Harmony Trailblazer until they buffed all the toughness bars on enemies, so therefore it made it harder to pop off. Also, love the fact that she summons a knight. Also, yeah, there we go. I was like, I could have sworn I heard like the horse sound effect. It happens like every once in a while, but I love that. Also, I know that it says that there's gonna be an ad in like 180 seconds. I'm actually gonna end stream before that. So, yeah, no, I just like been yapping and talking. But it's been honestly so much fun, and I do need to work on the videos that I need to do. Plus, I need to finish an assignment. It's not necessarily due tonight, but I did promise I would showcase my classmates the progress I did, which is a good amount of progress. But I still would rather, you know, I still would rather actually showcase something nice to my classmates that I did with a lot of effort. So we're gonna do that. I was able to 3-star Knight 2 Flame Reaver with him. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, no, I've seen a lot of people pop off with the Remembrance Trailblazer, so I'm genuinely very happy. Also, you know, I haven't seen Nathan in forever, and it would be funny. He's doing Genshin right now, actually, and they're, I don't know, apparently, I don't know what he's doing. He's fighting content, so I'm rolling R's for the minute that I'm here. How's it going, Sila? Welcome in. Even though I'm gonna roll my R's during this time, I'm gonna set up the rate for Nathan Ware X. He's great. You're gonna love his content. wonderful. I'm just gonna keep on rolling. Yeah, I haven't seen him in forever. And I don't think he knows I've gone back to streaming. So it's gonna be funny just randomly appearing while he's doing Spiral Abyss, Floor 12, Chamber 3, while I keep rolling my R's. Thank you so much for putting the raid command. I almost forgot to do that. Anyways, the minute is about to pass right now. So, with that, thank you so much, guys, for being here on stream today. Thank you for the vibes. Thank you for the wonderful conversations as well. I genuinely appreciate each and every single one of y'all. And I'll see you around. Bye-bye.